Hello. Hello. Hello, Buddy and Alex. How's it going? Today is the first day using this magical new split setup. Are you going to eat mouse ears? No, the 3D model for the mouse is almost done. All that's left is for me to make the ears. Mmm. Alright. Behind me I have a 3D print of the hunter model that I created going on right now in post. I'm not gonna have a camera on it because I have it on the other printer I haven't run in a while, and I don't expect it to work well because I spent a good amount of today just recalibrating it. Never seen this background before. I believe that was a subterranean one. So if you ever quit out on a region, the next time you load in the game, it'll have the background screen. It'll be the same one that shows up when you look in regions here. If that makes sense. Sorry. Had to mess with something. I don't understand why they can't just have it stay as the background even when you go into other screens. It really doesn't make sense to me. Really does not make sense to me. As usual, we'll quit out the first time and reset. So this is the first time I'm going to be using this auto splitter for 100%. So we'll see how it goes. And I have an Excel sheet all set up. Not the same auto splitter though. It is the same auto splitter. Yes, I never had one set up for 100% because it wasn't relevant. So I have a version set up in the Excel sheet that does do every other thing. But this is just with the same auto splitter. So there's no repeat rooms. But no, I have not made my own auto splitter. I would have to look more into what other people have done. But I have stuff set up for when we can do repeat rooms. Nice. So if you also notice, off on the left, there's a little icon next to the room names, and that's the actual picture of the room. It's one of the pictures of the room if they're multi-screen. In some cases I chose it, in some cases I just chose any of them. A lot of the shaded ones are black squares. So You sometimes not eat food. So this is karma caching, which effectively uses the starving mechanic of getting into a shelter and holding down with at least one food, but under the correct amount of food. And also abuses the safety mechanic of if you accidentally start a cycle, you can quit out without losing karma immediately. So I quit out immediately, and it'll give me my food back, but still raise the karma. And now we're at 5 karma, and now we can actually go places. Receive an interactive map somehow. So I talked to Hempamaz, and I used his mod that pulls all the images from regions. So I now have a folder with all the pictures of every room in the game because of that. It was interesting. Did he even bite me? That was annoying. The room's stored as pictures anyway. It's a bit different though. Because they're stored without the palette. But this actually loads the game and then takes a pictures of it. With no creatures spawning, of course. First time I loaded it, it did spawn the creatures, and then it failed miserably. It's special, please. That's what we call the instant death lizard. Instant death purple. Which is why I have the purple lizard as the extendo lizard. Even though the green probably would have been pretty good. Did the Chinese runner do this? No, Hempamaz did this. Hempamaz talked about it at least, and it made a lot of sense. This guy's crazy. I have no desire to be near him. Some of them are gonna leave, which is good. But I think the murderer man is not going to leave. The murderer, there he is. Oh. I wish one of you saw that. Ooh, there we go. Okay, I guess we were good on karma. On rep, that is. Because they didn't seem to care, even though he ran right into me. I'm curious if you were going to find a way to glitch through the gates. I mean... yes, this is a good geometry-wise, but the problem is... how are you really gonna get by the... how are you going to consistently set up that spear glitch to go out of bounds? Did I do the wrong shelter auto splitter? Because I didn't do it. But Rune Yarn thing will let us do it. It hasn't seemed like it. It seems like I have the wrong auto split for the wrong shelter. Why? see you, SO4. No. Unless you're talking about something else. I don't think it'll really matter. I'll get closer enough. What shelter did you want? It didn't... Which one did it not go off of? Because it clearly did not do the farmer raised shelter one. At least. One room is wrong somewhere. So I don't know what you're talking about. Because we're behind a room. A room could be wrong anywhere. That SO5. But that's not in outskirts. Which you just listed as an outskirts one. But are you saying it's LFSO4, not LFSO5? I don't know if it actually messed up on the shelter or not. If it is messed up labeled wise, then it probably it is. We have to change that then. For later. It'll still keep running, which is nice. That's the only really nice thing. But it also is horrible at the same time with the auto splitter, because then all your splits are always irrelevant, because it'll just keep splitting and you can't do anything about it. I'd rather have it just straight up stop splitting than anything else. Oh, interesting. Different SO2, that's weird. There's a lot of room numbers that are just skipped everywhere. Big. I know. Do not eat to full. Yeah, I was still working on it. Is there any way to get it in an elevation? How do I not die to the spiders? Either kill the spiders by throwing things at them, or just move really fast. If you just run in there and do go the correct way, you're fine. If you have a spear and immediately spear the wall to the right, you're most certainly fine. Because otherwise you have to do a little movement. You can also use flashbang. Yeah. I was in you. They scared of me? I can't tell. They did take the pearl, which was great. Please. Please. Okay. This is worse. I can't go under you, apparently. Yeah. Considering it's just a one-off room and you don't need to go through a bunch of rooms, it's not too bad. We already killed a purple. A green would be nice, but there's not really a good spot to do it. Also, hello, Timby. I didn't already say that. That was okay if I didn't keep falling straight down. Good. Yeah, just throw it the wrong way. I feel like pressing jump to fall fast doesn't work. The blue orbs thing, yep. The shaded echo room, yep. They don't seem to disperse. I mean, I guess I don't really get what you mean. Because they should, you should start killing them, especially with a rock. You'll be able to easily be able to constantly keep throwing. You probably just can't see what's happening too well. And if they're already on you, there's really not much you can do. You don't want them to get on you, because then you're likely to miss. Because you can't exactly throw on you. You're throwing away from you. Yeah, it seems like a lot more than just a few rooms are messed up. We'll be able to watch this back and then tell which one is wrong. Kinda lucky there that it didn't kill me instantly. That's the worst position the green can be in. Any other position you can always get by them. Why? I couldn't get in one. And two, he was actually there. Interesting backflip. He'll be brave enough to, yeah. It's 100%. That should kill everything in the room. Every time. Wasn't terribly fast, but it doesn't matter. This is just to make sure all the splits work, which they clearly do not. They seem to form by the time they get to the room. That shouldn't be possible. Because nobody goes in that room. The only way they can form is if they're threatened in some way, which means that there's some other creature in that room. And things don't really enter that room. So if you especially do it right at the beginning of a cycle, you should be fine. But it always depends, of course. I know scavengers can go in there. I don't ever really see lantern mice go in there. It wouldn't be surprising, but I would believe that they would leave instantly. Why you like this game? Wrong one. Fine. convenient. Still gonna try to keep the spear for the next part. So I did look more into... Ah, never mind. Because I ate my ones before. They would still form, even though you don't have the light. From what I know, it's much worse to try to do anything with them if you're not glowing. Because then you can't see them, one. And two, I don't think they're scared of you when you're lit. They're scared, they will form when threatened, which means if there's any creature whatsoever in their room, you don't need to be glowing. Just how they react to you be much different. I don't know why that was so weird. I can't just jump that, can I? Never mind then. Good. Every time I eat those fruits, I always think to save at this next shelter, but we don't want to save there. We want to save at the one after. I don't want to deal with that right now. There's also a rock in the bad spot. I don't really care much for a blue kill there, but it is nice. The only kill that's going to be annoying now is the green kill. Which we might be able to get here because there's 2 spears. And I already stabbed him twice. Okay. It's like nothing happened. It also still stabbed him. Which was interesting. Doesn't feel like I'm doing anything different. Didn't take me off. I don't know how you can tell. I mean, it was super low to the ground, which doesn't make any sense periodically. But it's kind of dumb how the rock just doesn't work sometimes. I need to not boost there. Hello, Lord MB. Climbing over ledges. Over the box, it got messed up. Because it kind of goes down into it, and then it was really low. Sometimes I feel like them getting hurt makes them put their body a bit lower than usual. Running much? No. What made you think that? I've barely done any runs. People for ropers again. It's been having problems. So it wouldn't surprise me if it did. I also can't see it right now. Because everything's covering it up. Yeah, it is frozen. It's actually a problem with my camera more than everything. The camera breaks. And I don't know why. So I think I'm gonna use the camera I normally use for... Actually, he was dead from that mouth stab. Why do you keep saying coon? He didn't like that. Automod hates you now. Why, White Lizard? Why would it not like that, actually? Why is there not a second spear anywhere nearby? Here now. But yeah, my camera thinks it's on right now, but it ceases to work, and I don't even have anything on. I don't have a program running the camera right now, which is why it's so weird. No, you typed the worst things imaginable, of course. Bang. The green didn't break its shelter. Unfortunately, I still cannot kill it. Yeah, we're behind a lot of rooms. For a raccoon. I mean, yes. Illegal, of course. So the thing that the Chinese rudder did was kill this hazer and feed it to a blue lizard to get friend. I thought that was an interesting idea. Oh, I should stop saying Chinese rudder and just say blue gauze. Or for leaving her a better net. Alright. Thank you for stopping by regardless. Goodbye. I don't remember being on the right side of the vulture. It like instantly happened. Maybe we can kill the green lizard now. Right now I just want to do the rooms. Just to make the splits work. Pogo and the vulture though, I mean, kinda. Why did you go over there? This is just annoying. This is why killing a green lizard is dumb. Because he just can't sometimes. I don't know where you came from, but okay. Goodbye. Did I not switch hands at any point? I kept trying to, and it never made the sound. But it looked like it changed hands. Protect me, Scover. Why? Why? Okay. Little bit off center. I'm enjoying this playthrough. Yes. Welcome to my casual playthrough. Brain World. Forgot I don't have the spear that I went to sleep with in garbage. I'll lie now. These do not go up. Oh, jumpers. Probably shouldn't totally do it there. No spear. Guess that's fine. I wouldn't think we'd lose Chieftain, but... Oh yeah, he hates me though. Spear linking set up. It's time. There was 2 spears next to each other. We could very quickly set it up. I hate the jump. Yes! Blue is linked now? No. All we have is a bat fly on a stick right now. Which is more than what we would normally get. We got 2 spears next to each other. That's bad. Well, they're linked now. Just not very usefully. Well, we've got a linked spear in a wall. Cool. He took to my linked spear. Oh, he's dead. Take the wall with you. Very eventful, would include crazy stuff happening in that first room. We start to enter the chimney. And in that room. We didn't really have anything in that last room. So it's actually pretty good. Nothing really happened to us, which was great. Everything kind of happened without us being there. Should get our white kill. I did eat. Perfect. It's gonna be weird to not press not press the button to split. That is my problem right now. I'm killing your stream. Okay. Goodbye, Ambi. I mean, mostly I just have streams for just the audio a lot of the time. But goodbye. I think it's trying to take audio from my camera, which is why it messes up. I just unplugged the camera. I have to replug it in, then relaunch the programs to get everything back set up. Oh. Didn't stand up. That's fine, though. Please. Please. Okay. You considered getting the CC Echo later? Does it really matter when we get it? I don't see much of a difference. I mean, yes, but I don't see why it would matter. Let you be able to walk this way with the Echo active. I mean, I suppose so. I personally just haven't cared. I'm thinking I'll plug in my other I don't know. I want the better camera staring at the printer is the thing. But it's bad that the camera looking at me keeps dying inside. But I really think it's trying to pull audio from it, which is why it's messing up. Perfect Spirit. Oh, too high. Can't do it. Extra spears. We'll get that spear. Well, any of them. There's 3 of them in good spots. I heard noises. Give me a second. Important jump. There it is. I feel like I'm gonna read your name wrong, and I'm sorry already. Agani Giza. Hello. Hello, everybody. How's it going? This is a bad situation. I better get that rock back. Yes. Hello, everybody. I normally speedrun this game, Rain World. We're testing out the first time I've actually set up the auto splitter for 100%. It's got some problems right now. Also, this is the worst situation because the white lizard can't move. Hello, Solar Bray. This is really bad. There's not really anything we can do. Hello, Derp of the Mega. He hiss. Okay. That's really bad. Sometimes you just get the bad white lizard spot. So that geometry is horrible because they can't go up or down on that section. So if you're below it, they can't go down. And if you're above it, they can't go up, which isn't too much of a problem. Other than that, their AI breaks in this room. I got an orange kill now, which will help for later, I suppose. I should have kept a rock because then we'll actually be able to kill this guy. Fancy lizard, yes. Currently online, so I say, yeah, wow. Thank you for raiding and stopping by. It always stays right where the changing spot is too. Normally, I'd have my VTuber model up, but my camera is not happy. I'm trying to get it set up when I can. So please give me a moment. Black and white. I didn't even see this guy. Should have been paying attention. Good job. Why that box is awesome. Is your model a Slugcat? No, but that is something I'm thinking about setting up. Just the problem with Slugcat is it doesn't exactly have a mouth. And I don't know how you do eye tracking when there isn't eyes. It's just like a dark void of evil. So it's not actually the most interesting thing to look at, I have to say. Behind me, I have the Hunter model I made recently, 3D printing. So that's happening. I didn't want to have that being showed because it's on the printer I haven't run in a while. So it's a bit messed up, and I just kind of want to see how it goes, and I don't have the camera set up for it. I have it set up for the other one. Not looking for a multi-material print right now. Let's see if we can get the print running here, though. This run isn't that great, but... Sign the voids to your mouth. I didn't eat food. That's actually really bad. Well, I cared about it. I'm gonna plug the camera back in. Hopefully it doesn't die again. Also, if you notice from the emotes that I have, you can probably guess what the model is of. Hello. How's it going? We also have hand tracking, but it doesn't work that great. But after I finish the Lantern Mouse model I'm creating, I'm going to be making an entirely new model of my own design so I can stop using the ripped from Pokemon X and Y model that I edited greatly. But yes. Oh. Or is it go do the hands? Oh, perfect. Okay. We need to go get a fruit and we'll come right back. But today we're just making sure the auto splitter works good, and we'll check which rooms it doesn't work on. There's also the interaction stuff, as you may notice. Nintendo Hitmen, people don't, yeah, they don't really care that much for what I'm doing, I would say. Box. I should try whatever model I make. I need to make it a bit smaller than what this one is. So the box isn't so small. But this model has a few problems just because it isn't made from the ground up. Mostly just dealing with the left hand. For some reason, it's not picking it up, probably because I'm in the dark. The left hand's super messed up. Do it. Yeah, there we go. It's putting stuff in the opposite direction. Effectively. Aloha, Borp. Also, if you'll notice, some of the things are thrown at strange angles. That's because the head bone isn't actually the head bone. It's actually right where the neck is. And so it aims everything at the head bone, which is a bit low. The box works fine, though, of course. And pie. Not hitting your face. I love pie, especially chair. I don't think I asked Angani, what were you doing for stream today? Doesn't always hit though. I mean, you gotta be prepared to dodge it, of course. I need to check on something real quick. I'll be right back. Hello. Sorry about that. The print is not going well at all. Thanks to one of my much harder games. Yep. Without healing. Oh. Leaving two of them left. All right. I don't really know that much about Monster Hunter. I think I said before. By not doing well, so I have Slugcat. I have Hunter kind of posed like it's sorry to put it. It's screen selection stuff, so it's kind of really hunched down. And one of the arms I have on the ground, and that arm touching the ground entirely failed. I'm gonna let it keep running, but I'm unhappy with it. So I was just trying to change some things and got some water. But all the unhittable, I didn't get a spear. I didn't realize. All the unhittable monster stuff seems kind of crazy because it always seems like that game is always meant for you to get hit in a lot of cases. Oh, there is a spear there. I didn't notice. You look different from what I expected. What did you expect? I don't remember if you've actually seen this model at all, Humble Ultimer. Oh, he gets hit. He just doesn't heal off the death. Oh, okay. Human. That's too bad. Oh, I need to slow down with these inputs. I'm doing it too fast. You can't heal ever? I mean, I guess it auto heals between missions. But that's still for some pretty long fights. How much do you get paid by Nintendo to act in their games? I don't think that would work for an entire species very well. Oh, that's unfortunate. But yeah, I've had this model for a while, Baltimore. I've been using it fairly often. I've been updating it, of course, with the Tifa stuff, so you can throw stuff with the channel points. And then I updated the textures and made the eye tracking actually work, even though it's still really jank. You cannot do both texture and bone eye tracking, which is annoying. And from what I've heard from other people who deal with this stuff, they're also really annoyed about it. That's probably why. I've been using this model since last, like, May. Not all the time, of course, but Play on Twitch a lot. Don't get why it was why it didn't make any sense to me. I don't always use it. It's pretty often. I haven't been doing 3D prints on screen that often. In 5 colors. That is done, by the way. Although I'd like to do it again. Dealing with that printer sometimes really annoys me. Also, all that so the 5-color printer is in its own box that we've created. And I've just finished making it so it's outfitted so I have a tube to go into insulation that you can fit into a window for ventilation. The only problem right now is the computer fan does not ventilate very well, and the cold air comes in faster than the hot air goes out. Also, some of those prints are really, really annoying to deal with. Generally, I try to deal with things that are under 500 pixels, but even that now seems like it's a bit much, maybe. But just using that printer can cause a lot of problems. There we go. Printing Hunter right now or something. I'm using the other printer. The first printer that I usually used. Isobronze. Because I haven't used it in a while. The print head and the Y-axis belt are really wobbly, and I need to mess with that right now, but I re-leveled the entire thing, and I wanted to see how well it would do, even though it's messed up. I'm not printing a Hunter on it. I got Mesh Mixer to work. Could probably do something. That's just me pressing jump at bad times. It doesn't feel like it's that different, though. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I'm printing the Hunter model I made right now that's posed. Also, I don't really get what you were saying at all. It's not that it's outdated, it's that all of the prints that I've done, the multicolor, generally are bad in some way. Like, all of them. Literally all of them are not good. Either because I forcibly cut them off after the first layer, or just the coloration balancing is really bad. I got an email like last week from B&H Photo finally telling me that my filament is still on backlog that I ordered in October. So I still do not have my extra yellow. or the light blue I wanted. So that's kind of annoying. I should have bought the brown. Didn't buy that yet. That's where we're at. I have no idea if I have monk. I got flung over there. I have no idea how to do that. Actually need this. So yeah, that was interesting. I don't know why it's even still listed. It's not even listed as out of stock. It's listed as special order. Both of those colors. And so just not having enough colors to do everything I want is also really annoying. I also don't like printing in yellow because the yellow I have is not the same material as all the others. And so it generally doesn't stick well together. So that's kind of what I'm trying to figure out. Oh yeah. One thing that will be really cool, actually. So I like to order a thing from B&H Photo because they generally offer really lower prices for some things. I don't really understand why they sell filament. It made sense from what was come Kodak, but they sell this other filament I've been thinking about for a long time. That being Ninja Flex TPU, which is one of the most flexible 3D printable materials that you can buy. If you go on their site at Ninja Tech, it's $80 plus shipping. If I go to Color Fab, which is another great place to buy filament, it's like 75. But if I go to B&H Photo, it's 40 with free shipping. And I can't believe it. It better take like 5 years to get here. It says it's going to be here on the 20th. Why do you want to make something flexible? I want to 3D print my phone and actual case. One. Two. Imagine me printing the Lucario statue I always use as a benchmark. An entirely flexible material. And just kind of flopping it around. The amount of things you can do with something very flexible works out really well, actually. The purple here. I'm surprised that went through him. Goku's favorite part of the run. Generally, Hoku always just shows up right now. Do not do it. Okay. I don't think it's big enough. It also broke into pieces. Some game music bug out. I noticed that it's bugging out, but I don't know why. It's not even picking it up at all. I don't know how long it's been like that. Because you can still hear me, but not the game audio. Invalid run. I wouldn't entirely say that, but it's not exactly good run. I'm thinking what I think is happening is my virtual cable stuff keeps pulling the microphone from the camera as a necessary thing, and something gets dropped and ceases to function, and it might have pulled the game audio as one of those. I can still hear the game just fine. Because it never used to fail like this before. Let me restart Voicemeeter. Oh, there. Did you do that jump without the spear? Yeah, you can do the jump without the spear, but I also did a special thing. Also, yeah, Voicemeeter crashed. Oh, can you hear now? Uh, it's not picking up the game at all. Is it picking up the game now? Can you hear that? Okay. For some reason, I think is it like bad loud, or because normally I have it like down here. Let's move some stuff around real quick. Because it was set on default for me on OBS. So I'm thinking the default for my computer changed. Sound systems. That microphone's still the right one. No, it's still... Let me check real quick. VAO, aux VAO. Instead of VAO. Weird. For some reason it changed to the aux. And I don't understand why. Still have the spear in it. That is a vanilla thing. Wasn't sure. Yeah, I think my camera disconnecting and reconnecting a bunch of times. And it just taking over everything. Really messes up the virtual cables. To the point where the default stuff was changed from the static VAO to the aux VAO. And then just failed. 3, 2, 1. No, we could have did it earlier, actually. It's good that it's during this run. unfortunate. I was hoping I'd still grab onto that. Oh yeah, can you hear this? Yeah, I can see you can hear that. Good enough. That's a red mouse. Because regardless of what happens, it'll output to my audio fine. But it may not to your guys's. Do a backflip for that part. Someone needs to go over this room and figure out what's the fastest way to go across. That's kind of true for a lot of rooms, really, but... so heavy. Keeps pushing me down. E-cops are the best. Hello, Rick. I mean, the run's been kind of all over the place because of a bunch of technical difficulties. The 3D print I have going is not going well. The audio suddenly decided to not work. And it also is linked to crashing the VTuber model. Go away. Why is there 3 of you? Also, my auto splitter, it appears as though I'm missing a good amount of splits. We're honestly not missing that many. But we're like kind of behind, just some are just wrong. Looks like we're only... I know we're ahead on splits now. What? We're going to be ahead on splits. How does that even happen? Is that even possible? Is there somehow too many splits? Forgot about eating. Need one more. Thought you could make that. Guess not. Yeah, it seems about right. Reserve this. Keep not being able to tell which hand it's in. You were actually ahead, Splits. What? I didn't put it in my stomach. Trying to see what's going on with stuff. Won't work. It doesn't split every time I go into a certain room, right? It's only the first time. I don't really understand why we're ahead on splits. Unless you check the box. Isn't that just... It'll split on every room? Not, it will always split every time you're in a new room. Because it didn't split when I went back into the gate there, even though I know I set that as a split. Don't need a green kill. We have an orange kill. First time only. Yeah. So I question how we were behind and now we're ahead on splits. There's something weird going on. Is it due to dying? I feel like that shouldn't change anything. Would it not? Did you fix Bliss after that? Shouldn't that not change anything? It's really bad that he's here. That's fine. Went for a slide for some reason. You would do whatever that is. Remember, one for the gate will split twice when you're in a gate? Okay. I can see that happening. It would have split in that Sky Islands gate a bit there. Already have an orange kill. I don't know why he instantly killed him, but that's kind of common there anyway. Where it'll instant grab when it's going through that pipe. It's still the most interesting interaction where a white lizard instant grabbed me on that pipe, but didn't know it grabbed me, so it let me go. I forgot to grab a bat fly. I wasn't thinking about it. Those noodles would work. They can get closer. Wasn't me. Blue lizard, a little annoying. Well, I'm not sure if even like when you hit an echo and you get sent back to a shelter, does that count a second time? Well, that gate stuff that you're saying makes sense to me. Because I'm pretty sure it is a separate room, technically. Low. Sleepy time for you. Not following us very well. Probably stop jumping so much. 3, 2, 1. Bat fly for later. This guy's falling asleep on me. Actually, no, it's just flinging around me. Gotta remember, the squid cicada is a balloon. It doesn't pull you up if it's underneath you. That's kind of bad. The noodles there. Nope. He's gonna be here with us for a while. He wants it. Death. Ah. Low. I'm thinking press and jump to fall faster and a lot of straight falls. Also, that roll was interesting. Wanted to try to be able to jump on the other side of him, but gonna be a bit much as it was. Oh, good. Does he care? Oh, yeah. Let's see if we can die. I actually don't know. Oh, goodness. It spun him around. They stunned me. That was interesting. I don't think I've ever really noticed that. We need another deer, though. Because that one got scared. Hopefully the other one showed up by now. Nope. Might be close, though. Aha. Was close. I don't think I've ever seen Noodle Man. The guy on the other side came first. Interesting. Noodle Man hit deer. Please. Please be gentle. Oh. Oh, goodness. It begins. Oh. I want to try to get on the other deer. Okay. Maybe being on the top of this isn't the best idea. He's still moving. Just, they're so distracted because there's 3 of them. Speedrun deer time. POV, you speedrun Rainwood. What? We're on the only one that doesn't move. Oh. I think we can make it back. Actually, he was fine the whole time. Sick. Cool. Hello, flying fox. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh. Please. We'll fly from a butt stab. We're getting there. He's way too close to the ground was the big problem. Because he tried to go under the other deer who was already close to the ground. Oh! No! That doesn't surprise me. The antler was already like forcing us into its body, and it just moved so fast that it forced us even more into its body and sent us away. All right, so now you guys got to teach me how to jump really high from the ground, because I need to place this spear up pretty high to actually make it. Like, tap right and then up. Best I can do is roll pounce. Suppose that's good enough. Yeah. Oh my goodness. That was amazing. I have to finish the run at this point. Don't have 100 yet. What? 100 what? Well, I'm not. We're not finishing this run as a legit run. Uh, we're going to all the rooms though. That's for sure. Go yourself, demons. Be here a bit. Water, far away. Got it. I kind of want to change to Noida right now. I don't know about you guys. It takes forever. They're coming, but slow. There's one on either side of me, but for some reason they're not coming here. Oh, good. Yeah, this seems about right. Yeah, it seems about right. Ah! That was a popcorn, not his face. We're good now. Kind of. Hopefully that didn't break the deer. Alright. Go. Faster. Yes. Maybe I should just run a hunter 100%. So the deer at the beginning of the run. Picked up a rock on the way. Try picking up and throwing things. I'm thinking. Alright, we're not getting hunter. So nothing matters. But we'll pretend we'll get hunter by having this guy. The other thing I'm not sure you've seen, Ice Torbrones, is that antlers originate from the head for deer, but it doesn't mean that it originates in a terribly good location. Also, I don't have the split for... Oh, I do have the split for the gate of before. It doesn't originate in a terribly good location. Effectively... You have... Well, if you're grabbing the antlers, you can crawl into its head. And it'll move immensely strangely. You could theorize that that would be the fastest way to move. Is just hoping that crawling into its head makes it move in such a way that flings you across the map. But I don't know about that. Because it'll basically always body fling you, depending on its antler generation. Could probably try a bunch of different combinations of deer and see what happens. I don't even know if anybody even heard that. Ow. Bagger. Okay. We live today. Notice me. Grab it, please. You're my friend forever now. Best friends forever. There's a man in there. I think that, or it just was not looking at the flashing correctly. He's scared to be in this room or something. Ah! Mine forever! Hello, my username that is mine. Hello. We're testing out the auto splitter. This is one of the worst shelters. In which way? I feel like there are worse. The den right outside. You just gotta not go fast. And then you can use the pipe to actually go through the green lizard if it goes there. But the green lizard can just like not move. I get what you mean. Had the green camp me. Just don't let it know you're there. And then you're usually pretty good. Actually try to camp sometime. No, just that they really don't want to follow you into the shelter. And if they don't know you're there, they might just sit and not move. But like this whole corner is kind of weird for lizards sometimes. So I get what you mean or what you probably experienced. What happened to the centipede? I feel like it went out of bounds. It's facing the wrong way, which is perfect. And hopefully Blue Friend dies horribly. It's not as bad as wall stuff, but that corner can be weird for that green lizard specifically, and then the blue lizards sometimes don't like to go in there. It did not even attempt to go for the centipede. I really thought it was gonna bite the centipede first. Yeah, if you die once, the shelter will open immediately. And you should just be able to go by. I mean, the game makes it so it prioritizes you over anything else, especially if you're doing well. Because there is a dynamic difficulty that basically just is focus you instead of other creatures, but still a little surprised. Much carbohydrate or consecutive hibernations. It's something that I don't know how to explain, but it was more of every time you survive, it goes up. Every time you don't survive, it goes down. And just the difference between monk and survivor, I think, is a good indication of what it can do. Survive an encounter, survive a cycle, I think. I don't really know how it actually works. I just know that it exists. Still alive, actually. Why did he go this way? Not me. Let's go to sleep now. Oh wait, probably should have went to the right. Hello, Streamer Watcher 2. Interesting name. Yes, hello, Nerdy. Just have to run or pipe camp, you deal with Cyans. The idea of dealing with Cyans is to not deal with Cyans. If that makes sense. So, as you're kind of saying, yes. There are locations you just don't want to deal with them. Alright, we're gonna pretend we are done. So that I can have all the other stuff finish up. My username, Streamer Watcher, and Buddy. Yes. Hit this so they stop for a second. He went down. Oh, and I hit the ground hard. These guys down here clearly do not know what's going on. The one that was close to me does. We have to wait a little bit. If you hit a cyan, as long as you're not dumb and try to do weird things with them, they might as well be dead. So yeah, what Rekka's saying also perfectly goes with what's happening. The issue is hitting them. Don't hit them while they're jumping, that's for sure. If you have a mask, they're gonna run from you. So you have a very large amount of time when they're charging up their stuff. A lot of stuff with Cyans, you're generally going to have a mask because you're playing Hunter. And most people are going to be using a mask. I normally don't use a mask, which is why I use a rock. Compared to an open space and their OP, you don't let them see you. You do not want to let them see you in that situation. You need to be prepared to be on them before they can move. If it's at any space, if it's an enclosed space, you can just do whatever. But generally, there's always a space you can run around them on. Stare at my printer for a second. Oh yeah, that's bad. How does it go so wrong? I'm gonna start it over now. Alright. For those who don't know, I have the 3D printer running, and it has failed horribly. You can get the simplified movement mod. Seems weird. I don't know. But whatever makes noise, including each other, they recognize as something. So they feel. They can still feel with their whiskers at the end of their heads, and then with their body. If you simply make one mistake. I mean, yeah. That's kind of true for every lizard, though. Just a lot of lizards, you deal with them the exact same way. Because they're all just variants of the purple lizard. I really don't know how to say anything without showing stuff. Minor mistake. Death. I could probably try pilgrimage, hunter pilgrimage. Rock in good space instead. Yeah. And you just coming up on it without it knowing you're there. That seemed pretty good for the despawn. They only listen to truly OP. Yeah. Yeah. It has many problems. But that's kind of the point. .180-degree bite angle. The bite range, especially. And then just not dying quickly. They show you that. Yeah, that's what we're kind of saying. Generally, when you're fighting Saiyans, you're going to have a mask. At least in my experience. I think I went too far to the left. And then it just took too long for me to get back. Find lineage or red lizard in Sky Islands. Interesting you did the Sky Islands one. I think we're ahead on the splits again, which still does not make sense to me. I wonder if quitting out resets some stuff. Invalidate lizards. I mean, they don't entirely if you don't take advantage of it. Because if you don't take advantage of it, then they'll get over it. So in stuff like double spawned, etc., such things can be a problem if you're not fast enough. I killed blue ones. Yes. White lizard's a weird one to have as a friend. The killing a red progress for Dragon Slayer? No. Red and cyan are not counting towards Dragon Slayer. Or where mask usually. I mean, yes. Did that. I really want a king mask too. Dominator's not count under. Yes. Hello, Sleepy. Oh, whoa. No box. Could get used dragons there. I mean, the achievements were made solely for Survivor in mind. So it kind of messes up. and doesn't entirely make sense when you're playing hunter or monk. Monk cannot get the scholar passage at all. Also, yeah, these splits are messed up. That wasn't bad though. We can check that run out later. Did Hunter ascend? I don't know what you mean. Colored pearls for monks, honestly. I don't understand why you do that. And his ending, does it ascend? His ending is your ending. Have you beaten Hunter? Have you done what you are kind of told to in some ways? And then ascended? Because you'll see what I've seen the cutscene that isn't on PC for insert reason here. Laughs ensuing to you. Can I just press 3? Yeah, we'll update them. Even though it's messed up. You mess with that later. Yeah, all these are pictures of the room they are of. Which, it seems like I might have messed some up, though. Just die in Sky Island too much. Then don't go to Sky Islands. You have seen the cutscene. Okay. That's literally what I tell to people. If you can't do an area, don't do the area. Especially Sky Islands. Everyone thinks that if right when they start Hunter, they can handle Sky Islands, and they never can. Why? Because the teal lizards there, you can't deal with too well, and you're not going to have a mask. You have to do really well and practice it, though. Wreck. And I know you know that. Let's see what splits I have. Oh. Ah. Yeah, I'll try this out. Be a better situation when honest. I mean, I don't know what's happening specifically for you, so there's always a lot more going on at any given time. Than just it's just the teal lizard. Like I could do it seems. I mean, you can always do anything. You can do anything you want. But do you really need to make it harder for yourself? Is the kind of the way to put it. Is why I say make it more comfortable. You could even get the 80% more record. But do you want to? Ice Tobrones doesn't have hands anymore. I'm not paying attention to this print as much as I should. Sorry. As in comment me who does both. I want to see all your things. Show me them. Dumb. Maybe. Only you can answer that question. I think you have done runs of Rain World, right? My username, that's my... For some reason, I don't remember if you have runs on speedrun.com. At least not by my username that is mine. Unless I don't remember. Got a mask. Good. Healing punches, easy. But they run away. That is the problem. And having multiple of them... I was close, but he got busy with school. That's still the one thing I've got to say. If you're interested in doing speedrunning, or really any extra thing, just pick a time and just do it for a set amount of time. Speedrunning is not that difficult. You just have to put time into it. I also don't expect any of you to make that decision. But I'm very happy to assist with anything if you do. Yeah, I definitely understand getting distracted with other stuff. My hunter print is not working. I don't know what it is. The tail is unhappy, and then the whole thing detached from the bed for the print we just did. I need to make it not auto. So I didn't need to go that fast. Well, you get the speedrun roll if you have a run on the leaderboards. So yes, choose a run. The only person that has it that doesn't have a speedrun run, like 25 minutes or lower, 25 is a good starting mark. Yeah, if you can get 25, you're doing pretty good for someone who hasn't done too much for any percent. 25 for the full run. That is... What is happening? Where a roll? You have to ask for it. I didn't even know you didn't have it. Ascension thing was 39 minutes. I mean, that's Ascension. We're talking about the speedrun roll. You could do any of the categories. You don't have to do any percent to get the speedrun roll or Ascension. I'm not giving the speedrun roll to people who've done Ascension, even though it's a pretty good time. I'll do it for people who do additional runs after they get Ascension. So the speedrun roll specifically, we can and will ping people when it becomes relevant. The rolls on the Rain World Discord. Probably should kill that. Give me the speedrunner roll. And you ask staff or me, but yeah. You have the... Why is there 3 of them? You have the speedrunner moderator one. bad. Okay. Can't do anything about that. I don't know why there's 3 there. Ooh, when it's entirely under you like that. Why does Sunny Wings hate you? That's just how they act. Ooh, that's wrong. Anyone can kill Hunter? What do you mean? So Sunny Wings won't actually attempt to grab anything unless they're around it for a terribly long time. So the fact that there were 3 of them and all 3 of them went upwards with me makes it so you can't do anything, really. Because they can always get to you. Just they don't trigger very often, if that makes sense. By trigger very often, I mean you have to be around them for a while for them to even be okay with grabbing you. And at which point they go directly towards you and it's very obvious. Was the special role list edited? In what way do you mean? There's 15 special roles you can get now. Scav murder. I mean, for the speed run, you just need to do what's faster. That generally I don't try to fight them because it isn't very good for later. But if it's a really bad scav, you can't really deal with that. A lot of people would rather just kill them immediately, but sometimes that is much slower. It always depends, of course. I generally don't care much for killing things. It knows I'm here. Nice. For doing Pebbles was removed? No. No, it was not. I don't know what you're looking at. There was the added, like, 5 more from the base. So you're probably looking at that. Why is this guy here? I'm pretty sure that's not it, but it'll be in server announcements. It is in server announcements, though. I know it's there. I don't know what you're talking about at all. Unless you're talking about the individual special roles. Reference Pebbles present? No. Because despite the fact that there's a lot of credit given to a lot of other people for a lot of other things, speedrun stuff never gets direct credit. But yeah, what are you saying? Nothing. Cam just killed me. Why? You know why. He hates you. Forever. It wasn't your fault. It was your fault now. Doesn't matter what actually happened. Pretty surprised I bothered with the Order stuff too. I was against it, which is why it's so not okay to me. Why did he not try to follow me? Why don't you want world record wolves? If there's one thing that I've learned about speedrunning communities, is that elitism is the worst thing. And that you shouldn't be gunning for the top one role when that is the hardest thing that you could do in possibility. There's nothing that I don't like more about speedrunning than that is people who come in for the first time looking to only get the world record and not caring about anything else, absolutely boring themselves, and then just ceasing to exist, not actually being part of a community whatsoever, and just wasting their own time. And then just people thinking they're so much better than everyone else. We only need one spear. I think you get what I mean when I say that, though. There hasn't been any problem like that with us, of course, as far as I'm aware. Then aiming towards your doll, even if it's toward yeah. 'Cause I know many people in Rain World, etc., who have tried just for world record, and I know that they can do it. They know that they can do it, but it's just way too hard and too unreasonable. And they just try so hard in a very short amount of time, and then they just can't do it. That looked weird. It's different from what I used to. I probably should have did it to get the SI echo. Then, but it shouldn't matter. Why can't they do it? Because it's immensely harder than they think. Just because you have all the tools to do it, have all the memory down to do it, doesn't mean that you're just going to magically get that perfect run. I mean, yes, you can get that perfect run. Just it's much harder than you think it is. It's like rolling the dice for something that has such a small chance of happening, because of how little time you've really put into doing something. I mean, it was mostly just for any percent. Just there's people who have very good runs in Rain World that have just never submitted. Always gunning for absolute number one can be a lot. People are impatient. I wouldn't say that, but in a long-term form, you could say that. This starving that echo stuff is gonna scare me. I haven't done this in a while, and I don't think it's the better run. I was just going off what the split said. This is something I used to do, but I don't think it's a good idea. Goes up, it's great. I mean, yes. Yeah, I took this. I'm pretty sure I don't do this anymore. Why did you exceed? Because I didn't care. I was never here for the best run. I was here just to slowly make the game better and more public. In terms of its speed run, at least. We don't want to quit out. For some reason I was like, oh, quit out for Wanderer. But if you really look at my run versus Hoborp's, Ice Toblerone's, and Hampamaz's runs, you'll notice something very, very specific. And that is, I don't do the crazy stuff. I purely just play the game basically as it is, with just a greater understanding and not so much greater mechanical, even though I am very proficient in it. To put it in a good way, I would be like an intermediate level movement wise, while Ice Toblerones and them are very, very good with the very precise, extreme, bring it as far as it can, expert movement level. Well, I just kind of want to play the game at a heightened form of its base form for a reason to play the game more. Because otherwise I wouldn't play this game. I just want a reason to play the game more. Okay, that's unfortunate. Your sub 13 everything and how it is. I still think that's crazy that you did that. I didn't think you had your sum of best so far down. I thought you were getting really, really, really close to it. Still, a minute close to a sum of best is pretty crazy. Definitely different than that. With lay less frustration. The problem with the way I do stuff is that I don't improve much at all. I've been at the hard limit of my basic ability for quite a while, forcing myself to not learn fast pole climb and other things. As long as they love the journey. I mean, if they don't love the journey, they're gonna stop doing it, is the thing. If that makes sense. Regardless if they can or they can't. If they don't like what they're doing, which if they're pushing it too hard, they're not going to like what they're doing. Like the backflip thing. I know the backflip thing, I've got the back throw stuff a decent bit, but I haven't done the game in a while, and it's easy to unlearn it. And then I sort of have the fast pole climb as well. Just, I don't sit down and practice this game. I just do runs. And I probably have a better understanding of how to react to any situation in this game comparative to anyone else. But I don't have as many tools as, say, Ice Toblerone's Rob and other people do. This is bad. Mind. Down in practice. No. I have done it in a few times, but fast pole climb is very annoying on controller. I have considered playing on keyboard just for that. Just to wing it. I mean, I still have to practice it regardless of what I do. Just the reason why I don't use keyboard for this game especially is a vulture. Yep. Is what's happening to Ice Toblerones right now. And it's hurting his hands. And back to back to controller. That is what I've been thinking, but at least base game doesn't really support that. I don't know of any good way to make the game be able to accept something like that. Also, that's not very practical, if you realize, Rek. Because the whole point, the only time fast pull climb will work well is if you can quickly go into it. If you watch a lot of people that are on keyboard that have done a lot of practice and know how to fast pole climb, they just like walk up to the pole, set it up perfectly so I'm in the right position, and then they do fast pole climb. You can't do that. Although it may or may not be faster, it's not that good. That's what I need people to understand. You need to be able to fluidly do it. Hey, we're actually doing pretty good in this run, by the way. I was not paying attention. I'm trying to read stuff, and it's not working out. There are no muscles in your hands. A lot of muscles are stringed all the way back to your arms or even your shoulder. If that makes sense. I cannot read everything you guys are saying at this point. I am sorry. Does your arm get big? So when it comes to the amount of stuff that Ice Tobrones is doing, you should probably have some sort of support, etc. That being, I know people wear gloves. Or like they have specific stretches or try to do stuff to increase their strength of their hand and body and arms overall, which would help quite a lot. I don't know why there's a scavenger here. This is very confusing to me. Also, this deer likely will not move. Better extended speed running. I would say so. Because I know in like esports stuff, they make competitors of their esports team actually do a lot of physical workouts because it is a very physical sport. It also helps your mind, of course, being in very good shape. This deer was not cooperating, but we got it going. Imagine the only reason you go to the gym is the speed run. I mean, when it comes to anything, if you start improving your life, if you try to start improving in something, you got to start improving in many things to truly become good at that one thing. Because physical health can help you in quite a lot of other locations. Make more sense than arm? Well, you can't just... You can't force the one... I don't know how to explain it. Let's put it this way. Runners only training their legs is a bad thing. I don't entirely understand everything, but being unbalanced was something that I used to think could work. If you unbalance yourself enough, you would just be better than everyone else. But that's bad. But you need balance to be able to handle things. Best way possible. This is annoying. Someone is playing Hitman. What? Imagine playing Hitman in Rain World. What's happening? I was stashing the body. What do you mean? You think there's a deer down there? Yes, there is. We could have ran through the worm grass. I should have. But I have a personally, I have a lot of background in stealth games, so being so okay with something like that and not killing people is a lot of what I'm okay with. This is fine. Yes. Really had to hope there wasn't a scavenger there. Okay, there was one there. Nice. I need murder. Need one more. We'll eat it in the shelter. Didn't do that right. That's fine. That's fine. Run could be so much better. Over the top center. Yes. They have the 80% record, which is one of the hardest records you can get in this game. I don't know why I came here. I just realized. Why did you let me do this, Wreck? It's all your fault. I did this in the marathon. So my best run actually went this way, if I remember. I don't know if any of you remember. The problem is the deer coming over here. That is the problem. That is the major problem. It was before my time, I think. It was like, I think it was Rogorama. I just straight up went this way. I was like, I went the wrong way in a marathon. Guys. You need a spear for this, is the one thing I do have to say. That deer moved, unless that's a different one. Dick! That deer moving fast. Where am I? I threw the spear in the wall. Hello there. No. No. Classic Rain World gameplay. This is the gameplay you've come to expect from Rain World. That could have been better, but given everything, it wasn't bad. We'll go above. I don't want to deal with the scavenger. The problem isn't the spiders, it's the scavenger. I wonder how many players did that? Not really any. I would assume. Don't do it. No murder. Don't even know how to use a deer probably. And the ones that kind of figure it out then also put the puff in their stomach. I saw someone do that recently. They put the puff in their stomach and they're like, I don't know what's happening. I'm like, take the puff out of your stomach. That worked out. This is not a good situation. This isn't stealth at all. This is me body blocking them from killing me. Because they have to be horizontally to me to kill me. Please. They only had rocks. That guy had a spear, actually. Well, I want him to see me so they get scared. Yeah, that was stealth. Because he didn't hear me, so I was able to get by him. King Vulture is why I need to get up the wall. Yeah. I need a puff. I don't know how much time we have, but I doubt we have great time. Why are you over here? The pain never ends. What's happening? And they're probably still in Chimney, would be my guess. I don't know. Well, let's go do this spore. I think they'll just throw it at things that they think are an enemy. I haven't really seen them throw things, though. I should have brought two. It's going to take a while for him to get here. I'm small on science, please. Close, it's not that close. Close would be right here. It's certainly there, and it's coming, but... I still have one in my stomach. Nope. It is, however, going to rain. Huge sad. We have to starve. Because it would be bad if we didn't starve. But I don't know which shelter would be better to go to. Because you technically have to sleep one less time if you can do this cycle without having to starve here. I likely cannot, walk through Wormgrass at all. The ones on the steps, I probably can't do it. They both feel bad. I don't know. I feel like coming to this shelter first can work out. Because there's no risk. Is there enough food here? If we get the noodle, I think there is. No, there's not. He killed the noodle. We're actually down 1/4 of food. Which is funny. Because there's 3 berries in this room. are you eating it? We might get more food later, and then we can solve it. Little mom may kill you. That'd be kind of nice. Oh, we're dying. Oh. Oh, goodness! Ah! I don't know what's happening. I think I'm holding a spear. I can't tell. It's like 3 meters behind me. You see that? Like the spear and the rock are really far. You do not want to walk into the pipe here accidentally. Okay, the noodle actually didn't try to attack us. I don't know why the vulture didn't kill us. We'll die in a second. If they start moving like that, they're dead. Okay, we're good now. What happened to the vulture? And why was all of my stuff, like, far away from me? This is bad. Okay, it's fine now. Do you play with mods? No, any speedrun should be done without mods. I don't know if you actually know what I'm doing when it comes to the slideshow stuff as well. I mean, I do play with mods on sometimes. I have a bunch of extra copies of Rain World that are modded. I feel like going backwards wasn't to play. Okay, it keeps turning me around. Kind of push us forward. Me casually. I have not really recently. But yes, the Twitch integration mod was very cool. Made it to it. You made it to an echo? Good. Because me making two echoes kind of whatever at this point. FA Echo leave. We might actually still be doing kind of good. Is Kaizo Rain World a thing? That would be more of what Rob was doing with the Slub Olympics. And I know a bunch of the movement people made a bunch of stuff. But I have no idea. Because it was busy pausing and unpausing to see. No, all creatures that aren't part of the glitch, the only two creatures that are part of the glitch is me and the deer, will move normally. There is, I mean, but there is some rooms that are very, very difficult that some of the movement people had. I know Raccoon has a very specific one. That's pretty crazy. Alright, now we just finished the game. What could go wrong? It's only Hunter Subterranean. I'm sure it'll go well. I'm much faster than I used to be in depths, so we'll see what happens. I know Rek understands the power of Hunter Subterranean. In pain. We fall down the right side. Ah! Good enough. I've always theorized, what if you grabbed the cross that was right in the middle? Just fell straight down to grab it. Doesn't really seem like it would work. That sounded weird. That explosion. And that worked out real well for us, though. Boat powers. Boat powers, don't do it. Up, 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 up. Oh, goodness. Demons. No. I couldn't jump up. Ah. If you hold a spider corpse, you go fast. If you hold a scavenger corpse, you also go fast. But the spider especially, you go very fast. It's to compensate for... It's to compensate so you can actually move bodies out of, like, pipes and stuff. Except that doesn't entirely... Tropwigs also do it? Really? I didn't know that. But it's like, for the light creatures... It's a lot more. And so much so that it makes you go faster. But it actually makes it so you can move like the heavier creatures too, which is good. Okay. Seems like a good place for a nap. Nappy nap. The spider generally doesn't go through rooms. Hear the spider. Probably just the one above us, though. No spider for us. Oh. So I always ditch it up here. So the one thing about holding a spider, oh yeah, we don't want to go into other spiders because then they'll try to revive the spider in your hands. And if they miss and hit you, it will instantly kill you. Spiders can revive each other? Yes, for a period of time. The big spider, the small big spiders. Yes. So the wolf spiders, not the spitter ones. Can revive other spiders for a period of time. Is what I've heard. Oh, please come back here. Holding a spider makes a lot of noise is the one thing you need to be aware of. Big spider. Huge even. There's another spider here. Going too fast. Big eel. Oh goodness. It was too fast for a second there, if you notice. Wish I had any throwable right now. We're still very behind because we died and the shenanigans we had going on. But this was nice to do this run again. The run's been over by Stoneroads. I'm pretty sure the run's like an 86. Although I might not remember. 38. I don't know why I said 86. No throwables, please give me. Oh. What if you can really get a slide there, a short one? You're just playing right now. I mean, yes. Thought I would get a roll there. Oh! Oh! Good run to exist for this game. That's kind of how I felt. So perfect. Belongs to Taz for Rainroad. There isn't one. Because the Taz tool that currently exists is annoying to use outside of a singular room. Why? Because it's annoying to use outside of a singular room. Because it's hard to save files and share them. Well, at least. It's not fun. I didn't like using it. I feel like you could probably go under 11 simply because you would instantly be whiplashing constantly. So the stock movement for the Taz would be much higher than any human movement. Do the fly thing, yeah. Instant pause is a crazy move, yeah. What do scavs eat? Your imagination. With E-hops, yeah. I mean, the scavs kind of... They don't eat pearls, of course. The scavs kind of just poke at walls, which I'd either be assuming that they're trying to clean stuff or they eat small bugs. I'm surprised you don't see them also eating bat flies or things. They eat bubbles from bubble bath. I go heal Moon out and ascend. Yep, I'd go down the wall. I'd go down the wall, down chimney. And then choose to go through shaded or garbage to shoreline. That shoreline's connected to subterranean, and then you can end after you get to Moon. That's what hunter runs are for, yep. So for that first casual hunter run where you're just trying to do the objectives, that is what you're trying to do, yes. You made it to the 4th screen here, so you made it to the screen above, yeah. Interesting. Is garbage echo easier? There isn't a garbage echo. Oh, you're gonna have to go through Well, I guess depending on which echoes you've gotten, I don't know. You must have passed one. Also, yes, the run's over. Because you've technically already gone past 3 echoes and um, pebbles. But you should have X. But if you didn't get X, you'd get the one in shaded. So if you haven't gotten it, you can go to shaded. I need the CC one. You're gonna pass the CC one then. If you want to die, go down the leg. If you want to go down through the exterior underhang in the leg, you could go that way. But I really recommend you go down chimney to industrial and then choose shaded or garbage to get the shoreline because it's a lot simpler. No what? Never like, yeah, don't go that way. Go down to industrial from chimney. It's a lot underhang and I was making a joke about it. You don't ever want to go there. The entirety of the underhang in the lake is worthless for all runs. So it's not a place we go at all. This is what Hunter intended percent should be. Go to the back way down. Yeah. Well. Okay, so. Box. Oh. Okay. Grass on the Mac and CC if you can, yeah. Do you know? I guess it doesn't matter. Reverse survivor in 10%. That's kind of what it is. If you wanted to do it that way. I will die down the wall. I mean, go down the wall quickly. Just stay close to the right side the whole time. Unless you are okay with jumping down the left. Alright. You have 20 cycles. Just save at every shelter you pass. Actually, I wouldn't save at the top of the wall if you're saved in Pebbles. I would save at the bottom of the wall. Just if you get progress, you should save. Left is not all OP scions. All the scions are to the left. I don't know what you mean. At least that's where they spawn. So if you go fast, you're generally fine. Alright. I don't know what I want to do at this point. I kind of want to go make food. So I think I am going to start try not to be sarcastic in text without using kappa. Yeah, I'm gonna stop for now. I'm gonna be streaming a bit later. I'm gonna be doing mouse stuff. Give you a bad urge. Just play with eye tracking. Use the eyes to do things. Alright, I'm gonna go for now. I'll be doing the mouse stream later, and then I'll be streaming tomorrow, hopefully more 100%. I want to do more of this Hunter Pilgrimage again, Hunter other stuff. Because it was actually kind of fun. As far as I remember, the record for it still isn't that crazy at all. And it's still kind of like, oh, you can kind of do whatever. So, that's nice. Yeah, goodbye. I don't see anyone to raid. This book. They are not in the game. Yeah, we're gonna stop for now. All right, goodbye.